Okay, everybody, how is everyone? How you feeling through all these retrograde planets and stuff? Yeah, I've got another dream to explain that actually had another door in it it was probably a few hours ago now, and I pretty much flaked out and passed out. Has anybody been extremely tired? Extremely tired, more tired than usual? Okay, I don't just mean like drained, I just mean like more tired than usual. Like I seem to be having more cat naps in the day, more like I did yesterday and also today. And I don't normally have cat naps, but I've kind of like laid down for a little bit just to have a break and some food and stuff like that and watch a little bit of TV. Well, not television, but like Netflix. And then basically pass out, like, and then this is when I'm kind of having these dreams. And yeah, anyway, so let me explain my dream again to you. So you will have to have caught up with the last two videos that I did around these dreams that I had. And this one had an abandoned child in it, but the abandoned child was me. So I think I've probably got abandonment issues, I don't know. But isn't it so strange for us lot, I'm going to put us all in the same bracket here as we're all kind of watching, is of the soul cry that our soul seems to cry out for something that it feels that it wants, and that it craves attention, and it needs things, and it wants things. Like me, I don't know about you guys, but I crave for knowledge. And I don't mean like learning by physical, like television and things like that. Like, it's kind of like a feeling of my soul craving for learning of a connection that isn't there, but is like an impossible energy. Do you know what I'm saying? It might be my Scorpio rising. But like it's this feeling, and I don't know if you guys get it or if it's just me being me really like crazy or not. But my soul always feels like that it cries out and yearns for a connection of learning. Like, because I'm a Piscean, so I'm 3, okay? So, you know, my soul always feels like there's more to it. Like there has to be more to life. There has to be more answers, and that I can't never seem to get the answers spiritually without not be able to get the answers, like, you know, the Akashic records and stuff like that, but the answer to the reason of why I'm here. Like, I have this spiritual craving and this spiritual journey that I've been on for many years, and I will explain my video, my stuff to you. Oh, hopefully this is a video where we can all relax and no one's trying to rush through it basically just to look for a tarot card reading. This is just generally us talking now, even though I can't see or hear you guys, but I'll see you in the chat there. But it's like this feeling that I've always had and always will remain to have, of a Scorpio energy that can't seem to find its way. It's a bit like a Virgo energy, really, I suppose. But like it's like a soul cry that yearns for something to attach, to learn spiritually. Because when you're on a spiritual journey, you'll always feel that energetic pull towards the end of time, of death, which would be obviously my Scorpio rising. And it's kind of like this, like I can't seem to be satisfied without learning, like without being hurt or without being satisfied. Do you know what I mean? It's like a satisfaction, hurt feeling, and can't figure out what hurt is and what pain is without understanding what it is, without learning. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel stuck spiritually that I can't understand what pain is, and also what, because me, I've had an absolute string of failed attempts when it comes to any relationship that I've ever had in my life. My whole life, friends, family, and also every single love connection that I've had in my life has been one of those. You know, when you can mark these people off in life as, like, when you look at some friends, they're married, they've got a perfect relationship, so on and so forth. I have a lot of friends that are like that. And I'm not one of those people. I'm always in a bracket where every relationship that I've been in has been awful. It's been awful. And it's always been like, I don't know, like it's never been plain sailing and easy going. It's always been like a lot of karma that I seem to, I mean, I've had fucking loads of karma, and I still have, I feel. And I think that is it. I think it's kind of like this feeling of like, that, am I destined to always fail at everything that I do when it comes to a connection and when it comes to a relationship? Am I always destined to, because at the moment, like, I'm single, and like I'm kind of, you know, in that bracket of where I'm like, is anything ever going to come up in my life? is like, because Spirit always tells me, you know, because I mean, I've got such a comfortable life. I couldn't grumble with my life. I have everything, like when it comes to things and a house and like, so like financially sorted, and nothing like that is ever wrong in my life at all. But when it comes to like, oh, how can I explain it? Like this craving and needing for something, but like a dead end town. Like me, I live in a dead end town, and a lot of you maybe that live in chaos, y'all probably like, man, that is so great. And it is like here, but you could walk into this town here and you won't never, what the fuck was that? You would never like see anyone. Like it's like a ghost town really. There's no one around. All the shops have closed down really, because there was never really enough shops in this town to keep it alive anyway. Everything pretty much went online, so if you ever want to go shopping you have to go into the city, and even the city shops, they're kind of closing. And then we've had COVID as well, which really hasn't helped the economy. And this town, it seems like that I always feel like I ain't never really going to meet anybody. Like I am never going to like bump into that person that, because I don't go out, like there's really nowhere to go out here. There's no nightlife really, and there's nowhere really to go out. And on a spiritual journey, I always feel like that I wouldn't really walk into places like that so much anymore anyway. And it's a feeling of like recluse and wanting to be on my own, but then also wanting something that I don't want to go and get and put the work in, but I kind of do. It's such a, I mean, it might be planetary stuff, you know, but spiritually wise, that is exactly how that kind of feels. It's like a worn t-shirt, okay? And like, there are things that my soul always seems to be crying out for, like the next adventure, like, because I've been saying in my readings, without action, you ain't never going to get anything, and that's probably part of, I mean, when it comes to work and money and things like that, man, I have so much action, but like, my soul always feels like, okay, so what's the next piece of action? What's the next thing that's going to come my way? What's the next person that I'm going to meet? Who is that going to be? Is that ever going to be? Will there ever be anybody else? Will there be a connection that I will ever form with another person? And I am constantly, as a person, in my soul, craving for that kind of like connection of something to focus on to see if it's going to work. Okay, or is it just going to be like, am I destined to be Steve, where things will always be that they will never work out? Like everything I go into will never work out, you know. It's kind of like that, as I've like this unknown feeling, right? I just feel so lost. So, anybody else feeling that way, or reason of why? Okay, so there's that. So my dream. So my dream was about this house. There was this house, the Elm Street, but there was this house, and it was kind of like I was running and following somebody. There was somebody with me, but I don't know who they were. Okay, and I was a young boy, but it was me, but I was very small. Okay, and we just seemed to like run from this thing. I don't know whatever it was, but we seemed to run, and there was like this cave type sort of dark energy, but it was a house, and it was dark, very, very, very dark, and you couldn't see. And this person that was in front of me that I was following went in first, okay? But then when I got in there, it was completely and utterly pitch black. And I can remember like going through this door as such, okay? Going through this door, and I was like in this pitch blackness, and worked my way through these leaves, okay, and when I got out into like the house itself, it became light, okay, it became light. So there must be something going on around Virgo energies, right, is there? And then it became light, okay, and then when I got into this house though, it was a derelict house, like there was nothing in this house whatsoever. It was completely and utterly derelict, and there was a door that was on, you know, sometimes when you close your door, you can have one of those latches and you put it across the door and you can open it, but you can't fully open the door. And the house was completely derelict. And I can remember like cowering down and like being very little and like a little boy. And I kind of like tried to hide, because this door had like loads of posts through it, post-it notes, there you go. So I think I said that in one of my reading about post-it notes and posting letters. Well, I had a dream that was in the dream. It was a house where nobody lived anymore, and it was derelict. Okay, but this person, this girl, came to the front door to post a newspaper or a letter through it. And when I looked, there was letters all over the floor. Like there was just posts that somebody basically just didn't get the fact that it was a derelict house, but they were still posting letters and notes to someone that wasn't even there anymore. So, okay, so I am picking up a message now for some of you. Some of you are delivering letters to somewhere that they don't live there anymore. Like you're delivering or you're sending messages or something to a person that doesn't live there. So I don't know what that is, because in my dream, there was a house that was loads of letters that were being posted to a house. Now, the house actually had me in it. I don't know what if that's going to mean anything to anybody here. But this house had loads of letters, loads of mail, loads of newspapers. And they were still posting them and had been for many years, because the house was completely old and derelict. And abandoned, but they were still posting stuff there. And then I was trying to hide between the doorpost so this person couldn't see that I was in the house. But she was only delivering a letter. And then, well, there's nothing more to the actual, to the dream, because I woke up after that. But it was a very pointless dream. I can't work out why I had it. It obviously had another door in it, and today... So last time when I did the videos, and I posted it up on the discussion page, that I'd got 990909, 1010, and then 1111. And then today, being the actual 10th, I think, 10th, is it the 10th today? Yeah, the 10th today. I got 0909, 0808, and then 0909. So it's got to have something to do with Lionsgate 8, Aquarian, Leo energies, and then also Virgo, and then Virgo energies. Okay, so something to do with that. So is there anything, obviously, astrology-wise, again, for all of you guys, where it's obviously, well, it is. It's Leo. It's something, I think, Elijah, you said something around it being Virgo, something going on. So there you go. That must be something to do with those times of the darkness, going into a cave, coming out the other side into light, but also very derelict and nothing being there, and a new beginning, but no one living there. And then 8 this morning of the messages, which is 0808, which is Lionsgate. And then obviously 0909, and 9 is a Virgo energy. So there is, I think it's just astrology. I think it's just a lot of stuff that's going on, obviously, in the sky, that's kind of making us feel slightly weird and strange, and just kind of like lost and don't know where to go and don't know where to turn, and what's coming up next, but we don't quite know. And like a very hot, ragged, how can I say it? It's kind of like a stuck feeling, but the overall feeling I'm getting is if it's hard, and tough, it's just I don't know. I can't quite, as a Piscean sun, I'm normally quite good with my analogies of how things are feeling, but there's this feeling in the background there that something is very tough, and it probably is. It probably is because I have Aries in Jupiter, and it feels like an Aries, tough, just stagnant, still, red, stuck, not doing anything, tough, but like a feeling, like a taste and a feeling of it being very Aries type, sort of cardinal feeling of nothing but something. It's like that. That's an overall feeling that keeps waving over me, is like this just Aries feeling, like this Aries feeling. But that really could be, like I said, because I have Chiron, Jupiter, Aries, Chiron. I'm sure Chiron's Aries. So basically what I'm doing is basically, I suppose, I'm just explaining to you what I seem to be going through. Sorry, I'm sweating because I haven't got my fan. You're right, greatest. How you getting on? Nice one, bruv. Cheers. But like, yeah, just like feelings, man. What are feelings? That's what I'm saying. I don't think I can ever really truly connect to my true feeling, because I individually, you guys, you probably don't know me on a personal level, but normally I do a video and I just, this is no holes barred really, of getting to know Steve. Like, my life consists of doing these videos, learning something around music, or working that much that I can't be bothered to learn music, want to learn music but don't, get frustrated with not being able to learn or have stuff, and then I get very tired, and then basically I just go to sleep. I haven't been out in like 3 days. Like, in 3 days, like, I think I went out to the shop today, but like, I really haven't seen the light of day, and I don't know, it's like a dead-ended happiness, not enough feeling. I don't go out anywhere, I don't associate with people, I find it very difficult to make friends. I don't really have so many friends that I stay in contact with or anything like that. I don't talk with people. I do a lot of videos and I work a lot, but I don't go out. Like, I don't go out. And it's like this feeling of like, I want to go out, and I have like there's more to life. Sometimes you can watch these videos of people that do daily vlogs, and their life seems so great, and they're like live in California or places, and they're like, it's all such adventurous, and like there's loads going on, and they go jogging, and they're out, and there's people everywhere and stuff. It's kind of like, I look at that and I think, wow, man, there must be more to life than really just sort of like sitting in this bedroom for the rest of my life, pretty much just working and helping people, and then really like having enough money and enough life and everything being great on paper, but really not, like, I don't have that life, do you know? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I do have that life, but that dream of like that, man, there's got to be more to life, man. There's got to be all of this fun and this adventure, but then I don't go to get all of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? And it's very odd. I don't know, fucking man. Is it just me being a very complex, weird person? Or is it just me that use my Gemini moon sign and just think too much? Yeah, but I said I would do this for everybody. It's just a dream. It's just a feeling. It's just a dream. Is it the only everlasting? I forget who sings that now. Anything else while I've got all your attention? I don't know. I think there's just a lot of energies that are ending and ended. A lot of open-ended stuff of just like new beginnings, but they haven't started yet. Do you know? See how it feels. And I think that's majority of us. The majority of us is that there's a lot of open-ended energy, but a lot of beginnings that haven't actually physically started yet. I think it's probably waiting for, because everybody was saying like it's retrograde and stuff, that's how it feels. It's like time has been slowed down, and all of the things that we really want, they haven't started yet. Like, people, it's kind of like souls are being prepared for their next journey, if you like. And there are no answers that are really truly given towards that answer yet, of where we are supposed to be spiritually, where like our next calling and the things that we're supposed to be doing, like answers to that. It feels like it's all been put to a halt and a stop and slowed down before any of us really know what is the next part of our calling going to really show us, right? The next lot of signs that are going to be shown to us of what we're supposed to be doing. It feels like that craving and yearning for it, but we can't quite reach it, That's what it feels like at the moment. So I'm going to leave it there. It's just a very quick video for a lot of you that find these fascinating. I am going to do, hopefully tomorrow, I'm going to do a general reading for everybody that will go on both tiers. Like I always say, if you want to go, if you've just seen this channel, you want to check out your readings, Tier 1 will pretty much just give you chlamydia or a fucking backlash, but the full access bundle will more than likely give you a relationship or answers to it. So you can, it doesn't matter, it's just a bit of a joke. But yeah, you can take a look at the channel all over the place, and there's stuff, and there's emails for personal readings and so on and so forth. But anyway, stop babbling. I'm going to have some tea and chill, and I am watching Gotham, not Gotham, not the Marvel thing on Netflix. Gotham Cars, I think it's called Gotham Cars. It's drag racing, and these people, they make cars out of, like, they just go and buy like a scrapper and a junk car, but like a really old one, okay, and it's rusted and everything, but it's worth a lot of money because it's a very old car. And they get that car and then they absolutely bling it right up and make it a fucking absolute Gotham classic car, and they put everything on it, and then they take it and they swap it. They swap it for another junker, but something that's worth a hell of a lot of money, and then they bring it back to the yard. They bling that up and make double the money, and then they either, one, they go and sell it, or they go and swap it for a better car, bring that back, make that from junk to rags to riches, and then go and sell it and make like 120,000 from a junk car, doing them up, swapping them for another junk car, doing them up, and then eventually, after like 2 or 3 times around, they pretty much sell it. And they were doing this car up, and man, it was an absolute beauty. I can't remember what it was. And some idiot reversed straight into it before they'd got it. They'd just kind of like got it primed and ready to paint, and they'd got it outside of the unit. And this person reversed, that was dropping cars off with like a hinge on the back, just reversed straight into the car and buckled it up. And it was like £120,000 like fortune car that they were going to, like, oh man, it's absolutely crazy. But I'm right into that at the moment. So anyway, thanks very much, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.